Hey everyone, Impeccabrew MHA, and we're bringing you the final in our three-part series going over every single card in the set from a draft perspective. And I've got with me Shock 2K5 from MyHeroMeta.com and MyHeroMeta on YouTube. How you doing, Shock?
Pretty good. Can't wait to get into these. Been
Yeah.
waiting for part three. I know people have been waiting.
Yeah. We got the rares and ultra rares, as well as at the end the secret rares, because they will be showing up and like one per box, and it takes 2 boxes to draft. So you'll see these every now and then in draft. They are gonna have
And
a
this
little bit of
just
an impact.
in, they're not all trash.
Yeah, for once they feel
Yeah.
we don't. I don't think there's any one checks. I don't remember, but at the very least, they aren't all
I, I
one checks.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're gonna go over all the rares and ultra rares, like we said, and we're gonna grade them on an A to F grading scale. So we're gonna just to go over it real quick. A's are gonna be your top end bombs. We're gonna see a lot of these today. They're gonna be the cards that are gonna have high stats, good card advantage or card selection, good defense abilities on foundations, good checks, just good numbers, right? B's are gonna be your cards that have good numbers on them, but they're not bombs. You know, they don't have like the impact of a something like just a big attack, or maybe it's just like a good foundation that just has some good numbers on it but doesn't really do a whole lot. C's are going to be your sort of mid pack playables. You'll play them. You're not happy. You're not unhappy. We're actually not going to see a lot of those today. Most of the rares and ultra rares tend to go high or low. D's are going to be the cards you're unhappy to play. These are the cards that make your deck, but just barely, and you're not really happy. You'd rather play something else if you could, but you got to put cards in your deck, and you don't always get all the cards you want. F's are going to be your unplayable cards. These are the cards that just aren't worth putting in your deck at all. Maybe they have too high of a cost, or they don't really fit anywhere. They're too they just don't work with anything in the set, or they're not supported properly, something like that. And these are the cards that you just don't put in your deck, and you'll be better off for it. And then also we have sideboard cards. Cards can be graded if they're good coming out of the sideboard, but maybe don't want them in your main board. And then we also have build-arounds. These are the cards that if you can make them work, they're great, or maybe not, but you have to make them work to work, and they require you to actually draft around them. So we'll go ahead and start off our conversation today with Kirishima's package for the rares and ultra rares, and we're going to start with Red Gauntlet. Red Gauntlet is a 4 difficulty, 2 high block, 3 low for 4, and it has Flash, Fury, and Punch, and it's got response, destroy one foundation. After this attack deals damage, your rival destroys 2 face-down foundations. And deadlock response, after this attack is completely blocked, destroy 3 rival foundations. Huh. After this attack,
It feels like what I wish deadlocks kind of were. Something that kind of brings us back out of deadlock. Right now we have a lot of deadlocks like pull no punches or whatnot, where it's like it just eternally punishes you for being there, or like Momo's asset, quick create or something like that. But this one's like what I envisioned deadlocks being. Destroy 3 down.
And you get to target. So I mean, if they go into deadlock, they're losing their 3 best foundations. That is pretty rough.
Right. Or they're just eating this attack. Yeah.
I mean, but it is only 4 damage. They're probably just eating the 4 damage there 9 times out of 10.
Well, outside of draft format, you got to imagine if you're putting this in your deck, you have some way to pump it. Like, you're not throwing 4 damage moves at people and hoping they block it. That's kind of,
In draft, you're never. I don't think there's
in draft.
I don't know. There's
in draft is a different story.
Kirishima punishes them half blocking it. He just does 4 either way, so they're just either taking 4 or I mean, and that's only when they're in deadlock. Otherwise, they're totally free to just totally block this. It is a low block, or is a low attack, and there's not a ton of them, so maybe you catch your opponent off guard with this. And then
does not share a symbol with Rappa, sadly. It would be
Yeah.
nice to send this at them twice, but you cannot.
He's not on Earth.
Uh,
No, he's not. He's
Rappa?
yeah.
No.
Okay. Well,
Evil Fire Order, yeah.
I mean, this card's okay. I said at the start that there weren't going to be a lot of like C's, but
Right.
this is pretty close. This is like a C plus, honestly. I mean, low is nice, but
Yeah, the numbers aren't horrible, so it's nothing really to like, you know, overly react to, but yeah, the
yeah.
effects just don't give you much.
Flash almost seems like a downside here, right? Like you don't get to
Yeah,
put any
because
stats on this.
exactly. Exactly. That's the biggest downside. Yeah, I feel kind of guilty about saying this, but I like that, you know, maybe sometimes in draft, maybe you can get to a state where you're in deadlock, but you know, aside from that, this is probably like a D plus card. Like
I mean, I'm still playing it. It's still a 4 diff, 3 low for 4. It's like
it's a plus, but like but that's really what it is. It's a card with no text. It's a card just as flash.
yeah.
It's 3 low for 4
Yeah.
with flash. That's
And it
you
is
know like
they do destroy face downs, so they have to have face
Yeah.
downs for you to even get that bonus. So
right.
that's not
Right.
even it's not even a guarantee. There are a bunch of flip effects, so it's not entirely unlikely. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like C plus on this. You're a D plus.
Yeah, I'm a D plus definitely.
All right, we'll move
This
on.
is very late in the pack for me. All right, next up we have Red Riot Unbreakable.
I know this
5
art.
diff. Yes, everything with Unbreakable on it just looks so. 1 mid block. We got the 4 mid for 7. Breaker 1 Fury enhance. For the rest of the turn, your rival loses 2 health after they play a response during the block step or damage step. And we also have enhance. Discard 1 momentum. Your rival destroys 1 ready foundation. Build the top card of your deck. So we're getting rid of one of your opponent's worst foundation. We're building a face down foundation ourselves.
Yikes.
I don't know what your character is. I like to see this with a couple of characters that are in the starter deck, or not a couple, just one.
Yeah.
But pretty strong stats. You know, nice block mod. I like this.
I mean,
Breaker.
if you've got momentum, that second ability is really good. That's very, very on flavor for Kirishima.
Yeah.
That first enhance.
You're,
I don't know what.
Yeah, you're not gonna. I like that it's for the turn and it's free.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
if they have a breaker or if they have one of the actions,
Yeah.
maybe you're playing against the
Tengai.
hot. What's his name? Yeah, Tengai. Is that does this just say response? Oh, it just says response.
Yeah. Any response, but it's got to be during the.
Oh, but it gives
damage.
a breaker too though.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it gives a breaker too, so that still
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
So I mean, and they just can choose not to use it, but yeah, I think that'll come up almost never, and the times where it does come up is just gravy. But I wouldn't really count it as much of a bonus on this card. This attack is mid as hell. This is a 4 mid.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it feels like a good way to start turn 3, turn 4. Like, you know, get a foundation up, throw this at them. 7 damage. They have to block it.
yeah,
And
actually,
you kind of go from there.
kind of like this better as like a second attack, just because you get to rebuild. You basically get 1 refund, right? So if you check a 5, you play this on a 6, you get that 1 foundation back, and then you sort of like mess with their block math. They thought maybe they were like, oh, I blocked the first attack, and then I have enough foundations to block another one, and you make them destroy a ready one. You do have to have a momentum there, and then maybe they're not, you know, maybe they already used their mid block and they're taking 7. So, I mean, this is a good card for dealing some amount of damage and progressing your board state while reducing theirs. But it does require a bit of work to get going. I think this is like a B plus.
Yeah, I was gonna go solid B. Leaning B plus actually. Yeah, because it's especially in, you know, when you're not built up as much. I mean, draft, you're definitely constructing a deck around a strategy, but
Yeah.
with a little bit less of, you don't have optimal lines. This is a great card. You can just play it offensively, defensively. Feels good
Yeah.
anytime you put it on anytime you slam it down. So that's really
and it does have breaker one. Breaker one mid. It's pretty good. Yeah, it does a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got Unbreakable. That close up. This is the real. Oh, that's such a good scene. Oh my god, what a good fight. All right. 3 difficulty foundation, 2 high block. It's got a static ability. This card cannot be destroyed or removed due to rival effects. And then it's got response once per turn. Discard 1 momentum. After your rival plays a non-character ability that destroys, flips, or removes a card in your stage, cancel it. And then enhance commit. Destroy 1 foundation. If you block this attack, it is considered completely blocked. That's pretty good. Oh, boy. Unbreakable indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You just half-block everything?
That's like a really good use of momentum in a draft format. Oh yeah, my stage just has levels of protection, several. Like that's pretty sick.
This is really good. This is, I mean, the static is irrelevant as hell.
Yeah,
and the response is, it's good when it happens. So that's a good thing to keep an eye out for. But the real meat here is enhance, commit, destroy 1 foundation, just completely block when you half block. That's really good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't save you from throws. It sounds kind of like it might, but it definitely doesn't. It just considers it completely blocked.
Which you'll still take half. Yeah.
I love this card. This is like really nice. I think this is like an A-.
In a draft format, I'm even higher on that. I think this is an A. Like, that horse race. I always talk about the horse race of damage in a draft or a steel format. Just giving you like a turn lead is the difference in the game. Yeah. So,
I mean, you get 1 free block, one complete block. You don't got to worry about the zone every single turn.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to see you taking too many cards before you take this one out the pack. Yeah, definitely.
Dope.
Next up, BMI Buster, Fat Gum on the scene. We have the 4 diff, 1 mid block, 3 high for 4. Nothing too crazy, but the Fat Gum Breaker 2. Response, if this card's in the card pool, flip, remove 1 foundation. After your rival tries to play an ability on an action card, cancel it. And we have enhanced, remove 2 momentum, build the top 2 cards of your deck, and draw 2 cards. Removing 2 momentum, a little bit more precarious than removing 1.
Yeah.
It's going to have to wait a little bit longer, but what a payoff.
That's a payoff. That's super payoff.
Holy smokes. And it's a 4 diff.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to be Fat Gum to play this card.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's purely icing on the cake.
That's gravy.
Honestly, I don't even really want to block with this thing. If I want to use the enhance.
Yeah, I mean, you draw it early game and you're trying to survive, and it is a good block if you draw it and you're like, well, I'm not getting momentum for several turns, so
absolutely, yeah,
that's fine.
Or if your opponent's just blocking like a fiend and you happen to be Fat Gum, yeah, definitely slam this thing down.
Yeah, and the ability to cancel actions is not totally irrelevant. There is the uncommon Tengai action. That's actually a really good action. That, it's uncommon, so you'll see it some amount of time. This is an ultra rare, so you won't see this that often, but the times that you do see it, this is a really solid attack. I really like momentum outlets, basically. There's not a ton in this set, especially at common or uncommon, and this is a great way to use your momentum and not have it just sitting there doing nothing. So I really like this card. This is like an A. It's not an A+. Does
this share a symbol with Amajiki? Air, Chaos, Water does not. Okay, never mind.
No.
Still, yeah. I agree. It's an A.
It doesn't have stats. It doesn't ever get bigger, but it is a great flow card. It's going to draw you 2 more attacks and give you the foundations to play them. So,
right, that's where the damage really comes from. Is that it's going to draw you the other attack that's going to throw the damage. After they maybe block this, maybe not, because it's 4. Maybe they just let that sneak through a lot of times. So,
I love it.
Yeah,
that's a solid A.
Absolute.
All right, up next we got Calorie Counter, 6 difficulty, big ol' 6 drop. 2 low block, 3 mid for 6. If it's got another static, if your last attack this turn was blocked, this attack gets -3 difficulty and +2 speed. And then if this attack is blocked, gain 2 health and flip 1 rival foundation. This is a rare. This is a rare. We're gonna see this.
This card is wild. Okay.
That's good.
I mean, I love everything about this card. Every single thing is awesome.
Yeah. Ironically, I like this the least in Fat Gum. Because you're a 5-hander and you're just not going to draw 2 attacks.
Right, yeah.
But, you're not guaranteed to. But, oh my God, when you play this at the end of a string or just anywhere in the middle there, coming in 5 mid 6.
And you give them so many reasons to not block. You get up to 5 speed. Mm-hmm. You say, hey, I'm going to gain 2 and I'm going to flip your best foundation. So just take the 6. Just take the 6. And they're like, okay.
And that's even if they have to half block.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yep. So you're never half blocking this in drafts.
No. That would be
ever.
That would be poor. But, I mean,
yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. But if you got to do that, you're pretty sad. 2 life.
Yeah.
You get to target the flip. That's the important thing to look for when you're flipping or destroying is who's targeting. Because if you're targeting, that is a big difference than your opponent targeting.
Yeah, so, their best foundation or their worst foundation is a big difference there. Yeah.
Now this feels like an A+ to me.
Yeah, absolute A+ home run.
Yeah. I'm
taking this immediately.
Yeah.
If I see it.
Great numbers, big numbers, small numbers. We're in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 3. It's a 3 diff for 6 damage. Wow. Next up we have Fat Absorption, the 3 diff foundation. 2 mid, 4 control check. Not the greatest numbers, but let's get into it. We got a unique response. Once per attack, commit 1 foundation before your rival's attack deals a damage. Before your rival's attack receives a damage bonus from a non-character effect. That bonus gets -2, minimum 0. And response, remove this card after your attack receives a speed or damage penalty due to your rival's effect. It gets +3 speed or +3 damage. I would like the bottom response if I didn't have to remove it. I still like it when it happens, but I'm like, okay, now it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you play this for the top part more than anything, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the bottom part is you won't use that immediately, but when you're trying to kill someone and they're like -2 speed and you're like, haha, +3 speed.
Right.
When you're going for the kill in draft, plus stats is plus stats,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay. I think it's good. I think this is like,
yeah.
I mean, it does affect a lot of numbers. Being able to commit 1 to give, it's got to be a damage bonus. So yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of damage bonuses, but
Yeah. But if you're doing the top response, then you've probably made the decision that you're not blocking this attack, or at least you're not full blocking it.
Yeah. Or there's the Fat Gum throw that gets damage, and then you're like, or if they're trying to put damage on the other throw, or you're half blocking. This basically saves you 1 life if you're half blocking. There's reasons to do that. Like if you have enough foundations, this is a good use for them. I think it's good.
Right. If I have 8 foundations, this feels good because I'm burning a foundation to do this.
Yeah.
Don't have that many in draft. I'm blocking. We're just adding the numbers and I'm blocking. We don't have a lot of cheats and hacks to keep our stuff ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're pretty much agreement. It's cool. We're just coming down from that calorie counter high. I think it's really what's going on.
Yeah, I like this at like a B+.
Yeah, I think I'm going B-. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I mean, I think you're gonna get some decent mileage out of the top, and then towards the end of the game, you're gonna get a nice little burst. I feel like that's worth a 3 diff.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
But we'll see. Rejuvenating
Unique,
Smash.
So don't get more than 1.
Yeah, that's true. Rejuvenating Smash is a 5 difficulty, 1 mid block, 4 mid for 6. It's got EX3. That's nice. And then response, after you play this card, if it is the second card you have played this turn, Draw 2 cards, gain 2 life. Oh boy. And then enhance. If you have discarded a card during this enhanced step, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Oh my god, that's a lot of stuff. That is so much stuff.
That's a few things on there. EX what?
EX3?
EX what?
That is a lot. That is a
Oh
ton.
man.
You get
And
a
if
free
this is in
momentum
Midoriya,
sometimes.
this is already at 10 damage, and he just drew the card he needed to discard for it. So yeah.
In Midoriya, this is insane. Just because you know, discard and then you basically get two EXs for free.
I just realized. Oh, in Midoriya, yeah, exactly what you said.
Oh,
you
wait.
discard the card for powerful, then you use the bottom enhance, add the top card to the momentum, and you use that for the EX3.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of wild. And you just drew a card.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So in Midoriya, this is a 7 mid 9 that drew 2 cards, gained you 2 life.
7 mid 10.
Oh yeah,
powerful
plus powerful 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This card's really insane in Midoriya. Even if you're not getting that bottom enhance, this card is still really, really good. This is still an A level card. In Midoriya, this is an A plus, solid A plus.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. A plus to A is the difference, but you're still so strong. It's a 7 mid for 6. 6 is still a good number of damage, good chunk to take out of somebody from one attack.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to block. So
absolutely, yeah. This card's great. Love it.
Yeah. Next up, we got Rewind Throttle, the 4 div, 3 high block, 5 high for 3. Enhance, discard 1 card, commit 1 rival foundation. Nice. And then we have enhance. If you have discarded a card this turn, draw a card.
Oh, this attack actually. It has.
I'm sorry. Yes, this attack. Yeah.
But it gives you the outlet. Yeah.
Right. So I discard my worst card. I draw 1 from the deck, and I just commit my opponent's best card.
Target commit. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Damage on this is a little meh. But
yes,
it's a little bit of flow, a little bit of target stun.
Made for Midoriya, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you just put stats on it. It's a 5 high for like 7 or 11. Jeez.
Yeah. If God forbid 11. Yeah.
If you can't pump the damage on this, what are you giving this?
Yeah, if you can't pump the damage, stunning my opponent's best card only matters if I got a good attack coming after it.
Yeah.
Like a rejuvenating smash, or or a I can't even say a calorie counter because they're probably not blocking this because it's only 3 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as good. This is a pretty wide variance. This thing might go from like stunning my opponent's best card is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it's still discard, draw 1. Like it's still good flow.
It's a filter. Yeah, it's a filter. I'm going. This is like the difference between a B- and an A-. Not A-, B+. A- is a little wild.
Yeah.
But if I have Midoriya, I definitely want this card. If I don't have Midoriya, I'm passing on it for one or two other cards, definitely.
Yeah, I think this is an excellent poke. I think I'd still take this at like a B+ level. You get to poke in, see if you draw another attack. They're like never blocking this, like you said, because it's 3 damage. So you're like getting yourself a little momentum for next turn, maybe. Or, again, you're committing, so you're setting up for another attack. I think this is a great, like, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? Right. Like,
right.
You get a lot of options after this card. So I kind of like it still. I think it's still like I think I'd still give it a B+. I'm not taking this over, like, I'm not passing this over like a good foundation or something, like an uncommon foundation,
Right. I almost downgraded it 1 more grade just because of the 3 high block mod, but
yeah, not ideal.
Yeah, I'm for an attack too, but anyway.
All right. Without limits, 2 difficulty, 2 low block. Response flip, discard 1 momentum. After your attack deals damage, your next fury or punch gets -3 difficulty. That's not doing a whole lot here.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
mean,
really has to deal
yeah.
damage. It's like,
Yeah, I don't like it, and it's face up on the field. So your opponent has knowledge of this when they're choosing to block, right? So
yeah,
that's the key. And you want to hold this for late in the string. Now, thinking about this the other way though, if this is on the field when you start your turn, your opponent might let the first attack go if they're on the fence about it because they're like, oh, he can string out for longer because he has without limits on the field.
yeah. It does have to be a Fury or Punch, and there's definitely
Yeah.
some number of them, but there's not like a ton, honestly. Like there's not a crazy amount of Fury and Punches, so it's
It's a
basically
good
just
number.
Midoriya's.
It's a Well, no, there's a good number of punches. You got Rappas, you got
Yeah, but
Kirishimas, you got
well, Rappa's can
Magnum.
help you in sealed, but not in draft. Kirishima's can help you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking about symbols.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So I mean,
let
it's
me.
okay. Like it's not bad. I would still play this. I would always play this card if I had it. But I'm not taking this super high. I'm taking this at like a C. Like you will play this card every time. Like there's no drawback here. It's got a okay block. It's got it's a 2 diff. It's whatever. And then sometimes when you have 4 attacks in your hand, you're going to be very happy you see this. Um, but I still think
Okay,
it's
we
like a C.
we have 15 attacks total because we do have Nejure's attacks that play.
Are they Furies and Punches? What?
They're Furies.
Oh, really? She does not seem very furious, but okay.
Hey, you get let those pigtails turn into horns. It'll do some damage. And we have one attack from the re his name is Katsukame. That guy. The guy who
Yeah.
looks like Rappa, but he's bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Okay, so
Um
yeah. I
we
mean,
got
this attack's
15.
okay.
Yeah.
That guy's a 5-hander. He's not playing that many attacks anyway.
Right, yeah.
So
Well,
is
I'm just
Midoriya.
saying if yeah, you have I don't
Yeah.
know.
Probably the best in Kirishima because you're a 7-hander.
Right, yeah.
So maybe if you're
Oh, and you can
Kirishima,
string
it's like a
out
C
that
plus.
long to actually see the monster difficulty and have it matter. Or
Yeah.
maybe you just want to have calorie counter count for 0. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Next up we have bullet punches,
Oh
4
yeah.
diff, 1 mil. Wait, did we say a grade for without limits?
Oh, I gave it a C.
Uh, yeah, C plus, C plus.
Okay.
I like -3 difficulty. -3 is a lot. Bullet punches. We have a 4 diff, 1 mid block, 2 high for 4. Echo, the first Echo we've seen today at least.
Yes, yes.
With the 2 check. 2 check. Enhanced, this attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each copy of bullet punches you have played this turn. And enhance, if this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, add 1 other punch from your card pool to your momentum.
Very nice.
Yes. You see why it's worth the 2 check. Able to clear your card pool with 2 different punches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gets the +2 speed, +2/+2 on the second one. It's gonna be a 4 high for 6 the second time around.
Yeah. I think it's worth noting. There's actually a couple things on this card that are worth pointing out. 2 checks aren't that bad in draft. The games are grindier. You're not trying to kill people on turn 2. You check a 2, it's like, it's not the end of the world. So they're not that bad. You'll play like 1 or 2 of them and it's fine. Especially for like a bomb like this. The other thing to note is that we have not seen any other Echo cards, so this hasn't come up yet. But Echo is the best way off character to do the played from anywhere other than your hand like thing that's going on.
Yes.
So this triggers itself if you've echoed it, and then additionally with Rappa specifically, if this hits, you can play it, echo it, and then on the echo, return it to your hand with Rappa. Or no, not return it to your hand. You can play it again with Rappa, then echo it again. You play this attack like 4 times.
What's the opposite? After this, you may play it from your carpool as your next form. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you can
because
just discard it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Echo flips after it resolves, but that triggers after it deals damage.
Well, hold on. But it says you may play it from your carpool as your next form. When I think when you flip it face down, I don't think you can do that anymore
Oh, because
it's face down.
it does okay because you don't flip. Okay. Oh yeah, that's
But
true. That is how that works, huh?
you can do it until you go do the echo route and
Yeah.
flip it face down. So you can turn like any attack you want into that punch again, which is
Mm-hmm.
pretty strong
So you can play it
because
three times.
right. Or hey, as many cards as you got in your hand. What's up? Oh wait, does it say once per
No,
turn?
no, no, no.
Drop.
It's once per turn.
Oh, it's once per turn.
Oh
Oh,
god,
never
that would
mind.
be
You can play
insane.
three times. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So neither
Well,
of our
still,
broken scenarios are as good as we thought, but
the third time is a 5 high for 7, and you potentially could clear 3 punches from your carpool. That's pretty strong.
yeah, well, two because the first one didn't probably get played from outside, but
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, but still,
But still,
it's still really good. This card's insane. It's a great finisher.
yeah. Anybody
Uh,
can use Echo.
yeah, this is a bomb. Echo is just insane in draft. It's two
Yeah.
attacks in one, and then it gets bonuses for being 2 attacks. So this is an A plus.
Yeah.
A plus.
And you're
plus plus.
A plus. Whoa, wait.
Yeah,
I
what?
wasn't.
Dude.
I thought we were both on the train up, and then yours just like skyrocketed.
Yeah,
at the
dude,
last
what?
moment.
Dude, this is killing
I was-
people.
I love the Echo. Wait, hold up. Are you saying it's an A plus in Rappa or in general?
Oh, yeah, in general, I'm always playing this. It's Echo. I
Okay.
love Echo. Echo's so good. It's gonna also because there's a couple of played from anywhere synergy. So all Echo cards are immediately go up in value, especially on the evil symbol.
Right.
Which is where they're
Yeah,
mostly
he's-
going to be anyway, but
Yeah, he's on every single play from anywhere other card. The other characters might not want never mind. He's not locked to punches at all. Oh no. Yeah. Add one other punch from your carpool to your momentum. So you're not really doing that part.
I mean, it's
But,
whatever. Like if you have another punch, you'll do it, and if you don't, then whatever.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
I like it at an A minus. I think it's a great card.
Yeah.
The four high for 6 is gonna feel really good.
Like imagine you play this in Confessor, right? The Confessor guy, and you just like played some random punch, whatever, and then you throw this down as your form, right? And then you get to play this as from the card pool. So you've triggered it, and you get to throw the punch in your momentum to fuel the momentum. You could do that on turn 2, and they're never guessing high because you have to guess mid like every single time with him. So otherwise, you get hit by the point blank and whatever, and also just most of these attacks are mids. So I mean, at that point, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point though, because man, I keep thinking about the Echo. You're like, you have 5 damage coming at you, and then 6 damage coming at you, potentially 7.
Yeah,
that's just not fun. And thank goodness it's an ultra rare, because if your opponent plays a second one after the first one, you're really you're really thinking about scooping at that point.
Technically, this is draft. You could play as many copies as you get. You could play 10 copies of this.
Yeah,
and then it's real good.
That's why it's an ultra. Yeah, I'll go up to an A. I think an A is fine.
All right. Well, I'm A plus. I love this card. I'm never passing it. So, next up we've got Haymaker, 5 difficulty for a 2 mid block and a 4 mid for 5. It's got Breaker 1 and Flash. Response: after you block with this card, your rival must play an attack as their next form or discard 1 card. And then response: after you played this attack, it gets +1 damage for each card committed to pass its check. Yeah,
that's not how I like my damage. That's not where I like to get my damage from.
I guess this is like the only real payoff for the card that makes your checks harder. You could play that attack or whatever. Play this on an 8. You would literally have to play this on an 8. And then if you check a 3, you cry, but you do 10 damage.
Yeah, if it hits, but it's still a 4 mid.
Well, because that gives it I guess you do 13 because it gives it +3/+3. So you're more likely to hit with a 7 mid flash.
Oh,
7 mid
that.
flash is pretty good. And then you hit for
Okay,
13
yeah.
total. So I mean 7 mid 13, that is a way to end a
Flash,
game.
yeah.
However, it's also a way to end your own game because you just committed 5 foundations. Like that's
Yeah, it's
pretty
also a
rough.
way to end your own game because if you check bad on the first attack and you don't check well on this one, you
Yeah.
might not pass this.
Yeah.
Um,
It's got a
yeah,
good block. I really like this as a block because they play like their second attack and you block this with this, and they're like, "Damn, I was really hoping to like build a couple. Like this is really solid block on turn 2. You really messed them up. You can
it
make them
can be
overcommit."
potentially. See, that's what the thing with this card. Like potentially, it could hit at just the right moment, give you just enough damage or just enough mess up your opponent's string just enough, and really be effective. Most of the time, though, probably just misses that by like one card slot in the card pool. It's like maybe you blocked with it one too early or one too late,
Yeah.
or you hold it one too late, or maybe the haymaker is like, you check too well and just don't just
Doesn't give it damage. Yeah, I mean, it's still a 5 damage. I mean, if you play it on a 6, if you play it as your second attack, if they blocked the first, might get through. I mean, I don't know. It's okay. This is like it's still still okay stats. It's like a B minus. Like this is better than most of the commons and uncommon attacks.
I'm gonna go with a solid C because I think it could be worse. But if you throw this first, it's still an attack that your opponent's gonna want to block because it's flash. You're not just gonna hit me for a free 5. Like we're not doing that. So my real attack is gonna come next, and so this thing is gonna it's gonna make it easier for other attacks down the line because it is such great like thing, and I don't mind keeping it because it has breaker. So
yeah, I mean this is his second best attack, right? Like his other attacks were kind of doo doo.
Yeah, the character was better than the support kit, I believe,
for a draft at least. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. For the draft.
So if you're Rappa, you're still taking this because you need punches, and your other attacks are kind of crap. So I mean,
he gets +2 to the check though, I believe. Yeah, he gets +2 to the check.
Yeah, and then you don't commit your foundation, so you don't get damage. But
yeah, no. Well, here's the thing. So your second attack can get the +2 to the check, so you can keep those foundations ready, and then you play haymaker.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying.
It's okay. I don't know. I still think it's like his second. But what's worse than bullet punches, but it's still good.
Right. Yeah.
4 mid flash for 5 is still decent. It's breaker 1. It's still a good block. I still think it's in the B range. Like it's a B minus, but it's not like an average card. It still does things.
Yeah, I'll give it a C+. I think it's pretty average. I don't know. All right, hot blooded. I got the 2 diff 2 low block. Unique again.
Mm-hmm.
We have enhanced flip. If your rival has blocked this turn, this attack speed and damage cannot be reduced below printed. We have the Rappa form. Once per turn, your next attack gets +1 difficulty, +2 speed, and +2 damage.
Well, this makes Haymaker better. Now it's a 6 mid for like 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's double digits at that point. Yeah.
I like +1 difficulty more than I like +2 difficulty. That's at least stomachable.
I mean, it depends on where you are in the where you are in the chain, but it does get you to a good place where you're dangerous faster. I like the +2 speed mostly. Here.
+2 is +2 is a lot, honestly. +2 speed and damage, like that is a lot. I would actually like use that form.
Yeah, I mean this card Haymaker mostly needs that speed. Like that's what it's looking for.
I think the best use case for it too, outside of making Haymaker hit for a billion, is you can use it as your first form and then play a 4 diff attack to try and check a 5, and then it's like you didn't really pay anything at all, and your first attack just got +2/+2, and that's pretty solid.
That's pretty good. I hate that it's a Rappa form. So like in Rappa, yeah, I'm with you all the way. If you're not in Rappa, does this card have text
Oh
most
yeah,
of the time?
that's true. No, it really doesn't. That's, I mean, it's if you
Never reduce
have
the percent.
some big like, well, okay, Midoriya can't play it. I was gonna say if you have some big like big damage bomb that you really and they've got some speed hate, like it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
Like if you've got some
right.
big powerful, like powerful 3, powerful 4, something like that.
Well, they can
And
still because it only can't be reduced below printed.
yes, but you can,
So
so when you have a big damage move, the easiest way to deal with it is to just reduce its speed a little bit and block it. But
right,
so you're not, if you're not putting speed on it, you can just be like, all right, well you can't reduce the speed at least, and then
right.
you might be able to reduce the damage, you know, a little bit. That's fine. It's going to happen anyway. But at least you can protect the speed, and then that's the best use case for it.
Mm,
Protecting the damage, I don't know. That's almost never going to come up.
yeah,
But I mean, it's a flip
okay,
effect. It doesn't commit.
yeah.
It's
I think we're
okay.
pretty in agreement. Like the person who takes this card is running Rappa because he rates this card so much higher than anyone else at the table.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's still even not that good here because like that is some stats. So yeah, Rappa definitely wants one. So
Yeah,
yeah, if you're
yeah,
Rappa,
one, yeah, one, yeah,
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 if you're Rappa, take this at like a B level, like solid B, and then
yeah.
anyone else, this is like a C. Like it's not unplayable, and that does
Is it a
technically
C? I
C
mean,
minus.
if you're Midoriya or somebody, yeah, I can see it at a C.
Yeah, but he can't
Anyone
play it.
else? Oh, dang it. Who can play it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
think
if you're
any.
in sealed, I mean, but then you're just playing everything you open. So
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think
yeah, maybe C minus, but
yes.
Rappa will still take it at a B, I think.
Yes. Yeah, agreed. Next up we got Nezure Wave. I promise you Furies. Here we go. We got the Wendy special. We got the 4 diff, 4 mid for 4, 2 mid block. We got a Fury and ranged enhanced. This attack gets +2 damage for each attack your rival has blocked this turn. And we have response, discard 1 momentum. After you play this attack, your rival commits 3 foundations on the response. It's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah,
Pretty,
that's a lot. That's a lot. That's not deadlock. That feels
yeah,
like a
not
deadlock
deadlock.
response.
Yeah.
It's not.
Each attack your rival's blocked. +2 damage for each attack your rival's blocked. How quickly does this spiral? So if they block 2 attacks, this is a 4 mid for 8.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the most common. Like,
When you stun 3. Yeah, that's probably it, right?
yeah, I mean probably the most common play pattern for this is they block your first attack, and then for on turn 3, and then you play this, stun them out so that they're not blocking anything else, and you give it +2 damage, and then you're swinging a 4 mid 6 that they're probably never blocking for the rest of the turn, and you try and
Right.
do some things to them. But
Yeah.
I mean it's okay. Like I don't really want my opponents to block, but if they're going to, I guess this does get bigger.
Mm.
I think
This is
as
just
a 4 mid for 4 that never gains any stats, it's still playable with just the discard response, the discard 1 momentum response.
I mean, it pumps itself though, right? Like it's getting the +2 damage.
Yeah, but your opponent can control that, like technically. So like even if this never got any bigger, I would still play this card.
Right. I'm saying like this thing, I mean, your opponent's gonna block stuff. They're not just gonna take everything, right? So this thing is you can control kind of when you're gonna deal a big shot. Like this is, I mean,
Yeah. If you can
like,
sculpt, because like
right.
you have to have 3 attacks to give it +4, and they have to have blocked. But then like in that scenario, I would have rather just like found a way to get those first 2 attacks through instead of just
right.
you know. But I mean that's not. I mean you can't really. They're gonna block some number of times. I think most often this is just gonna be +2 damage. You're just gonna play this as a 4 mid for 6 that stuns 3, and that's insane. So.
I mean, I think the best way to get those first 2 attacks through is game 1. You show them Nezure with,
No,
and
I'm
then
still
the first 2
blocking.
attacks get them through a little bit more often. Not all, not that you're letting everything walk, but just a little bit more often. We're saving that mid block a little bit.
Yeah, it's still a good card. I think this is A minus. Stun 3 is a lot.
Oh, you were talking it way down. Okay, I'm right with you.
No,
right
I think the damage
minus.
response is not that great. Yeah. Like, it's good, but it's the gravy. The thing to focus on here is 4 mid, 4 stun 3, if you have momentum.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it takes a little bit of setup on both parts, but it's still, that's 4 mid, 4 stun 3 is, like, very playable. So
yeah, and I'm trying to make this my last attack of the turn, the thing I want to get through and hit for the most damage.
Yeah, very likely 4 mid 6.
Yeah.
You know, if it's higher, cool, but it's still fine. I still think it's an A minus. Like, it's a very good card.
Yeah, right there with the A minus.
All right. Next up, we've got Spiral Blasts, a 5 difficulty, 2 high block, 3 high for 5 with another Echo. Enhance, gain 2 health. If you are at maximum health, this attack gets +2 damage. And then Deadlock Enhance, add 2 momentum to your hand and add up to 2 cards from your hand to your momentum. That's decent Deadlock. Not that it. Wait,
right. I'm a tad confused. I guess you can replay those attacks and just add some foundations or whatever back to your momentum, so you're gaining gas.
Or just one. Like, you can throw just one, so you can pay the Echo and keep whatever else in your hand. Like,
yes,
yeah. I mean, when you Echo this is two 3 high 5 attacks that are probably just gaining you 4 life. You're probably not getting the +2 damage unless you're Nejire, because then you've been decreasing your maximum health the whole time.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's still insane. Just 3 high 5 Echo gain 2 is still really good. Echo is very strong.
And just a ruling clarification: if you gain the 2 health and then hit your max health, you still get that +2 damage.
Yeah.
Not that that's where we're looking for. This is a 3 high. Like,
yeah, I mean, you have to play this on turn 3, so that's very unlikely unless you're Nejire.
Yeah. I like the gain 2 health. I like getting gain 4 potentially.
Yeah. This is insane in Life Force guy, whatever his name is.
Life Force guy.
Yeah, the guy who cares about how much life he's gained. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, that's Katsu. That's like this guy. Yeah, it's Katsukame.
Yeah, that's big.
Rappa's big brother. Yeah. I'm just gonna start calling him Rappa's big brother. I cannot remember his name.
If you play this, you take each one is still netting you 1 life, and then if they hit, you're gaining 3 total. And then for his actual ability, you're gaining like +8. So you're like you're digging way deep for an attack. You're finding something. You almost want to stop gaining life.
Yeah,
you're gonna mill yourself out.
Yeah, all the way.
But
does he say up to, or does he just say that number? Reveal X card. Nope, he just says that number. Okay.
Yeah. So if you gain the full 8 life, you're milling 8 cards. You're gonna find something though. You're gonna find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Dig 8 down. That's a lot.
And they're both on the life symbol.
Yeah, I mean, this is great in Nejire, great in him, and then just really good in everyone else because it's just an Echo attack. So I mean, this is an A. I don't think it's an A plus, but it is an A. It's got Deadlock Hate too, just for funsies.
Yeah, if they found some way to get down to a 4 diff, I might say A plus. Is there any reason that I would go down to an A minus? I don't see one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with an A.
I mean, this can just be played as your first attack. At least it doesn't want to be. Some Echo attacks don't want to be like your first attack.
Right.
This one doesn't care.
Yeah.
And then of course, Echo is just good on all of the characters that care about playing from any zone, which isn't totally relevant on these symbols, but Chaos and I think Air had I think Confessor's on Air, and then Chaos definitely has some of the bad guys. So just Echo is just the best way to do that. So this is a solid A. I think you should almost always take this card if you think there's any chance that you're playing it. Like if you're like not super happy with your character and you're like, maybe I'll switch into it, I would take it. I would take a flyer out on it.
Yeah, just strong. Next up we have Levitates. Can't wait to see the XR of this. We got the 2 diff, 2 high block, 5 check, of course. Response once per turn. After you block with a foundation, draw a card and discard 1 card. So a little bit of filter and enhance. Discard 1 momentum. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a foundation. Add that card to your hand.
Whew.
So a little bit of Wow Wow Pussycats modified.
This card's insane.
Only better.
This card's very good. Once per turn.
Yeah.
Discard 1 momentum.
Yeah.
This is not gated by like flipping or committing or anything. You can do this. Like the one part is once per turn, but then you can do the other enhance. Like you could do that for as much momentum as you have. And there's not like a ton of momentum. Like this is a great momentum outlet. In the in the 60 foundation Nejire deck, this just says, oh, you're never gonna have momentum. Okay, this is bad in that. Oh no, but you still get to, you know, fix your block zones and stuff. But yeah, still,
okay, yeah, draw 1, discard 1, yeah,
still playable.
Add it to, yeah. This is pretty good.
This is a great foundation. This is like a
whoever's
A minus.
I'm gonna go A. I think A is, you feel so good building this thing. Like you're just waiting. It's like, oh yeah. When
it
can
feels hard. It feels hard to give it like a much higher than an A minus for me because it's not really ever helping you kill your opponent because it's drawing you foundations, and the draw 1, discard 1 is only on blocks. So it's really hard to help it get you to help you kill your opponent.
Well, like that 1 card, like, you know, you're getting 1 card closer to, you know, the pack of attacks that are somewhere near the top of your deck. That could be the difference, you know. Like
yeah.
You can also have a 4 mid block modifier in your hand that you need to get rid of. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean it's still good, but it's not a straight Bob, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it is.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm A minus. You're solid A.
Yeah, solid.
Alrighty. All right, we got Counter Sweep. We're on to Sir Night-Eye. 5 difficulty, 2 high block, 3 low for 6. This has powerful 3. And then enhance. If your rival has more removed cards than you, draw 2 cards. And commit 1 foundation, remove the top 2 cards of your rival's discard pile. This does have slam. There was a combo slam card that we went over the other day. So there's more slams. I don't think we had any issues finding slams though. I think every single one of his cards is a slam. I mean,
yeah,
this is good. I think in pretty much anyone, because Sir Night-Eye without committing can just make them have more removed, and then you get the free draw 2. Oh, this is also a 2 check. I didn't really notice, but I still think that's fine in draft to play like 1 or 2 of them. But on any other character, you can always just commit 1 foundation to remove the top 2 cards of your rival's discard pile, and that'll probably give them more removed cards than you, and you're going to draw the 2. So in other
unless
characters,
you've cycled,
in other characters, it's like a 6 difficulty draw 2.
6 diff. Why 6 diff?
Because you have to commit a foundation.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like a fake 6 diff. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it, but you're going.
Yeah, it's still coming at them in the low range, low zone for 6. You know, feels nice to me. I mean,
powerful. 3
like you said earlier, like two checks ain't 2 checks in or not the same kind of 2 checks in in draft. Don't, you know, if you go first, think about it. But
absolutely keep it in
that
your
first
mind.
turn. Yeah, but yeah, this feels good. Draw 2 cards. We don't have a lot of cards. Oh, well, this is Universus. You do draw a lot of cards every turn, but drawing 2 cards on the attack turn, could change what you're gonna do. Could give you a lot.
Draw 2 is still really good, and remember, all is like one of the better symbols here because of the 3 guys that fight Amajiki. They're that like trio or whatever.
Yes.
They're all on the all symbol. They share 2 symbols. It's like all in evil or something like that. So this is going to have a lot of different homes. And
All
it's
evil,
just
yeah.
generally good. Actually, this is great in Tabe because he doesn't have to do the commit. He can remove their attacks. So this is, oh my god, Tabe is still so good. Tabe gets
You're
stronger with
right.
every
Yeah.
card.
He's get him to fat camp, man. He's eating too much.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is really solid. Great symbols. I think all of the Night Eye cards that are just good are good because are going to be extra good because of their symbols. All is a
Yeah.
good pivot.
Yeah. I think this is just an A.
Yeah, this is a solid A.
Yeah.
I think it stops from it's not an A plus just
No.
because of the costs associated with it. It's a 5 diff. You might have to commit a foundation. It's a 2 check. It's a 3 low, so like it gets big, but it can be blocked. Like there's a lot of like little nitpicks, but overall this does a lot of things and it does them well. So
Right.
solid A.
Most of the time, when the gameplay loop goes the way you want it to go, you're
Yep.
gonna feel really good.
Feel real good.
Yeah. Next up, we got repeated seal toss, range slam, stun 1, 5 diff, 4 high for 5, 2 mid block mod. Notice the sun under the 3. That means we have a check response. Response: remove 1 card from your hand after your check. After you check this card to play or block with an attack. Seal 1 rival foundation and add this card to your hand. Also, we have enhance. Reveal the top 2 cards of your rival's deck and place them in any order. If you revealed an attack, this attack gets +2 damage. So a little bit of Jiro, but
Yeah,
you
the
reveal
reveal.
it. You reveal it.
Yeah, they
So
learned
it's
their
absolutely not Jiro.
Yeah, they learned their lesson. This is webcam Jiro.
Yes.
This is the worst part of webcam Jiro. Actually, revealing 2 is kind of a drawback. You're like, ew. Even if you get to choose the order, just showing them, like, there's a lot of, as an avid Jiro player, there are many times where it would be advantageous for me to look at my deck, and I just don't, because I don't want my opponent to see what's on top. So as long as they don't have any card draw, that's still good. But if they have any card draw, this is bad. For that, just for that enhance.
Right.
So
I mean, hey, they don't have card draw because you just used the top response. You sealed the card draw card, and then you put this in your hand, and then jammed it down as your second attack.
True that. All right, yeah, that's better. I mean, it does. You did check a 3 on that first attack, but
it was a 4 diff. I don't know. I'm making this stuff up as we go along.
Yeah, I mean, stun 1 is nice too. It's got stuff going on.
Yeah, it's got slam for the combo. If you run that, if you pull that, it's nice to be able to, just pick up an attack.
Yeah.
Cycle 1.
This card's okay.
I wish it pumped. It just doesn't pump.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Stun 1 is actually kind of bad because we went over like 2 or 3 stun hate cards at common and uncommon.
Yeah.
I think. And maybe it was just 2, but that's still 2 stun hate cards that have 0 other like there's so few targets for stun in this set that you're going to stun them 1 and they're going to ready 2, and you're going to be like, okay, well, I'm not stunning them any more this turn because there's not that many stun guards. So
right. And after like turn 3, stun 1 isn't really going to matter as much because they're going to have enough foundations to absorb that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's this card's like a nothing about it is like bad, but it's like a C plus, maybe a B minus. Yeah,
I want to say, I'm just gonna go with what I think. It's a B minus.
Okay.
I can't go far over that because that response is so cool.
All right, we've got Seal of Approval. It's funny, him and Selkie with the sealing. I love it.
True.
2 difficulty, 3 mid block, tech foundation. I don't think that matters for anything in this set. After this card is discarded due to a rival effect, draw 2 cards. And response: destroy after your rival plays an ability on a non-character card in their stage. Seal all copies of that card in their stage. This kind of doesn't really do anything. I'm trying to think, is there like any opponent discards? There's really not a lot.
Let me just make sure I'm not crazy. Okay. So no, this is so this is gonna sound so stupid. But you could use Chronostasis's form once per turn, lose 2 health. If your rival has at least one card in their card pool, choose one breaker or tech card in your card pool and play it. So you could just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Got him.
That's why you bring me on for
Oh,
for the judge for the
Yeah.
rulings.
I mean, I guess if you're playing him, that is technically a reason to put this card in your deck. I don't think I'd ever...
It would just stay in the card pool. It wouldn't even do it. You just have to recheck it. It'd be so stupid.
No, you could. No. You would actually get to play it. I mean, it'd still stay in the card pool, but it would build down at least at the end.
But it would already. Well, it's your turn though, because it's a form.
Yeah.
So you already played it. So it's already building down. There's no.
But you can keep it with what's his name if you block with it on their turn, right? Doesn't he do that?
But with who? With Chronostasis?
He freezes tech cards, right? Tech and breaker.
Does he?
Yeah.
Choose one. Those cards cannot leave the card pool until the start of the next turn. Oh.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going.
I was just making a joke.
Okay, yeah, you can block. I mean, that's still not great, but
yeah. Oh well, it's cool. After this card is discarded due to rival. Okay, that's not happening.
No.
After your rival plays an ability on a non-character card in their stage, steal all copies of that card. Okay. Well,
it's really not useful.
Yeah. How many copies are they going to have in drafts?
Because they have to play the ability first. So.
Yeah. Well, the other problem is, like if it was one with nature and they had like 4, then you're like, oh, this is awesome. But this is not that format. Like yeah, they're probably going to have most of their stage is going to be one-ofs.
Yeah. This is real close to an F, honestly.
Yeah.
This is an F.
The top response is not printed on the card. Like it's never happening. If you think it is, you're crazy. Like,
if you're Chronostasis, this is a D-.
Yes, just for the memes, not for the skill, just for the memes.
It is technically better than playing a blank foundation because you can always flip a card over to play a 2 difficulty like 3 block mid foundation. I think it's 3 mid. I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is technically better than that because it'll have tech. So, yeah. F.
Moving on. Yeah, I completely agree with those 2 grades. Yeah. Chicken Kick.
I love this card so much.
Chicken Kick, so funny. 5 diff, 1 low block mod. We're in the low zone with 0 low for 5. We have kick, we have range, we have stun 1. If this attack is added to your momentum, add it face up, as all the Amajiki cards do. Enhance from the momentum. This attack gets +1 damage and response after your rival passes on an enhance. This attack gets +1 speed. I have had a very long, drawn-out argument about Chicken Kick and how amazing or horrible this card is.
Oh, this card's insane.
Yeah. 2 of my friends just could not agree, and I was like, well, think about it. Sometimes this thing's going to be like a 6 low for whatever.
It's infinite.
Because
infinite potential here.
Yeah, like defensively, you don't have that many enhances most of the time. Offensively, you tend to have more. Draft is kind of a question mark box. You don't really know.
But for draft, they're going to have even less to do.
Yes.
Like, but literally 9 times out of 10, you play an attack, and it's just go to blocks up for the defender. Like,
yeah.
So
yeah, this is gonna. And you always have the stun 1 at least.
Yeah. This is gonna get some number of speed, and then if you're actually playing Amajiki, you've probably got a couple enhances.
Oh my goodness!
Momentum.
Don't let him have enhance.
I mean, he's gonna do it. He gets 1 for free every turn. So,
oh geez.
I mean,
if he has 3, I think momentum, I think this card gets pretty crazy pretty fast.
And you can do the if you have the throw and you got it into your momentum, you can give it -1 speed. They pass, you give it +1 speed. Waste everybody's time.
Yep. That's exactly what this is. A waste of freaking time.
I love this card so much. This is great. This is
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I gotta temper my all right. It's like a
Right. Yeah.
It's still good. It's like a B.
I'm on the fence between A- and a B+.
+1 damage. This is hard to full block. This is hard to full block because you're not keeping your lows up very often. So this might actually be a B+. This is another. If you're Amajiki, you're always taking it because you just use it better. Honestly, just like those momentum enhances are really strong, and this is gonna get to momentum more often than not because of the low attack zone.
And I think every single Amajiki attack that you take before this card in draft moves this card up the list a little bit more because it's just that much stronger.
This is like a B+, honestly. That momentum enhances. Just getting that.
Oh yeah.
You get to do
it doesn't
that
say once per turn.
Attack.
It doesn't say any of that. It just says this attack is +1 damage.
Yeah, every attack. That's insane. B+. Love it.
Yeah.
10 speed low.
I'll go A-.
Okay, all right. I'm in. All right, we got Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken. This is a 5 difficulty, 2 high block, 4 high for 6, Fury ranged, and it's got a static. Yeah, it goes to your momentum, add it face up. And then it's got enhance from the momentum once per turn. Your attack gets +2 speed. That's a lot. And enhance, commit, and freeze 1 rival foundation. And enhance, commit 1 rival asset. Ooh, that is... This is so good. So good.
Yeah. Commit and freeze 1. Like, whew.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I mean, this is just solid. This is just A.
I feel like, and now this is the card player in me coming out. So, Jessica sent me the boxes. I pulled 3 of these. So I feel like this card must be bad. I pulled 3 of them. So I feel like this card must be bad.
That's a lot. That's crazy. Was one of them an XR or something?
Yeah, one's an XR. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It just reads so well. The numbers are so good. Everywhere around it's so good.
Yeah. Lots of
+2 speed on the one you want to get through. So good.
Love me some buttons to push. Love pushing buttons.
Yeah, like is this an A or an A+? That's the conversation, right?
It's an A. It doesn't pump itself. It doesn't get crazy. But it does.
If the bottom enhanced, if you trade out the bottom enhanced for a stun 1, I think it would be an A+. But yeah, you're not gonna commit an asset very often.
Yeah, no. It's Takoyaki got him.
Yeah.
Crack that. I'm coming for it.
Right. The area asset comes out because they thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go A. Yeah. I like
it. It does a lot of things. If you're not playing Amajiki and they block it though, it doesn't do a ton of things. So I mean it's still really good. Still an A. Love it.
Yeah, absolute. Oh, is this me? It's me.
Yep.
Next up we have Vast Hybrid, another 3 diff unique. They love those.
Yep.
At the 2 mid block mod, enhance. If this card is in your momentum once per turn, your next check gets +1. Nice. Form once per turn. If you have at least 1 momentum, your attacks get +1 damage for the rest of the turn.
Ooh.
And then we have enhance. Add this card to your momentum face up. If there are any other copies of Vast Hybrid in your momentum, flip them unless your character is Tamaki Amajiki. That was a lot of good text.
This card is an A. I don't think I can give it A+. Maybe A+.
And Amajiki is the only way I would give it an A+.
No, but, you can still because you're never getting more than 1, maybe 2 of these.
Well, it's a rare. I mean, we can hope.
But if you get 2, you can just use the form. Use 1 for the form. Use 1 for the momentum.
Okay, no, you're right. Yeah. You're right, yeah.
It's great.
I forgot that. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
+1 damage. It just gives all your shit.
It's actually +1 damage the rest of the turn.
Yeah, it's great. I love this card.
It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
an A.
rereading it in awe.
Maybe an
Yeah,
A plus. +1 damage for your whole turn. That's insane. Every turn, all your attacks just always have +1 damage. That's an A plus, actually.
and the more of these you get, or if you're an Amajiki at least, the more of these you get, the better they are,
Yeah.
which is so sick.
I mean, again,
Um,
even not in Amajiki, you're still playing. I would still play 3 of these, like just so that you see it more
yeah,
often. So
yeah, definitely.
I would not ever turn these down. This is an A plus. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm right there on the fence. AA plus. Yeah, is there a card I would take over this? I guess it's like one or two, so I guess that's A plus range.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I would probably take like again the I don't know. It
calorie counter.
depends. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not though.
Well then they're comparable then. That means that if you don't know, they're the same.
True.
They're in the same.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. All right. Next up, we've got Crystal Choke Slam. 5 difficulty, 3 high block, 1 mid for 5.
Mid.
Yeah, it's a throw, slam throw. If this attack deals damage, your next attack this turn gets plus X speed. X equals the damage dealt. And then if your rival has 10 or less health, you may play a card from your discard pile as your next form if its printed difficulty is 4 or less and it shares 2 or more symbols with your starting character. That's really good.
That was a lot of text.
It was.
For a effect that you're going to use 50% of the time. Actually, no, 10 or less health. It's going to use 20% of the time.
This card is so good. Just the first enhance.
Oh, let me get to the first enhance. But the first enhance is so freaking amazing that it doesn't. I'll take the second enhance off. Don't need it. This card's incredible.
It's the second enhance is still really strong.
It's really strong.
You get them down low, and then you're like, I need to finish, and like it's like, here, have an attack. Also, give it minimum 3 speed. Like if they block, it still gets 3 speed. If they don't block, it's getting 5 speed.
I totally agree. Right. The only problem I had was the fact with the bottom enhance was that there were so many restrictions. It felt like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah.
They have those long paragraphs, so you gotta like somebody writing their dissertation. Like this felt a little bit like that, and the bottom enhance is great. I love it. I love the whole thing. A plus. This is an A plus. This is definitely an A plus. You have to play this.
Yeah, I like it is restrictive, but that being said, most of the attacks in this game in this set are 4 difficulties. Like the majority of them are 4 difficulty. And the best cards generally in your deck are going to be the ones that share 2 or more character or symbols with your character. And on top of that, All in Evil, there's 4 different characters on All in Evil. So you have 4 different characters if you're playing one of those characters to choose from. Like you're playing any of their attacks. So
yeah.
And most of them are 4 difficulty. So like it's going to apply to most of your attacks. You're going to get it off. The hard part is going to be getting them to 10 or less health, but it's going to happen eventually. Like I think this is worth holding on to until they're low. Like waiting a turn. If it's going to be like multiple turns before they're low enough for that to go off, I would maybe save it. But if you're like, if you've gotten them to like 15 or so, like I would, try and attack them, wait a turn, attack them the next turn, and then see if you can get them below that threshold to finish them off, because this is gonna finish them.
Right. I mean, cards like this make that Red Riot card, the Foundation, unbreakable. Wait, no, that makes it completely blocked. This thing is still cracked. All right, yeah, we're going with this thing's just.
It is a 2-check, but
I don't care.
Yeah, it's still good.
But I don't know if I'm saving it that often. Because I mean, if you think that like next turn's a kill turn, absolutely save it. But if I'm not, if we're turn 2, turn 3, and you can give your next attack, +5 maybe, definitely +3 speed, like, and your next attack is going to deal some real damage. Don't throw it onto a 4 damage move. Don't be a sucker. But this thing's going to help you win that horse race a lot. So
close the door.
Yeah.
So A plus for Crystal Choke Slam.
Yeah, A plus, 100%. Next up, we have Surging Crystal Darts. 5 diff, 2 low block. We had a 5 high for 5. I don't know if that's Domino's. No, Domino's is 6. It's Taco Bell, maybe? I don't know. We have the ranged weapon response. After you check this card, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Okay. Enhance, this attack gets +1 damage for every 6 cards in your discard pile. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have discard deadlock enhanced. This attack gets +1 speed for every 6 cards in your discard pile. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This can definitely put some numbers out. I think I'm playing more than 40 in Hojo.
Yes, definitely. This could get.
Oh.
You have 18, like turn 3 guaranteed.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm trying to think of it like when turn 3's over at least. But yeah, even at 5 high for 7, it's pretty good.
it's got great deadlock in hand. It's a great deadlock hate too. Like, this is just a good card. I don't know how much I'm going to respond with it. I don't think I'm ever going to respond with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's more of a constructed thing where you actually want a lot of self-mill. You don't mind a little bit, but you're self-milling yourself so much from your abilities that I don't think you want more. So, because too much self-mill and you're just going to mill yourself into cycling, and then you did it all for nothing. So,
right. And don't feel the false false confidence from the fact that the cycle is only 5 cards. Like, you're still getting closer to having 5 cards that you might need be removed from play. So
still good though. Like an A-. It's good stats.
Yeah, 5 high for 6, 5 high for 7, 5 high for 8. Yeah,
scaling damage is nice.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to put it anywhere below an A-, but I'm not happy about it. A-.
Nice. All right, Quirk Restored. This is a 3 difficulty unique, 2 mid block. Form, remove. If you have 25 or more cards in your discard pile, you may play 1 attack in your discard pile that shares 3 symbols with your starting character as your next form. And Hojo Enhance. Discard the top card of your deck. If the discarded card was an attack, this attack gets +1 or -1 damage. That's pretty good in Hojo. It's probably less good in most other characters, but
I'm going. All right. Outside of Hojo, in drafts, this guy has 3 symbols. So wait, oh man, if you can build for it, all right. If you like get a Kirishima attack for Kirishima or something, not him because he's not on the right symbols, but you may play 1 attack in your discard pile that shares 3 symbols with your starting character as your next form. Remove. Okay, that doesn't feel bad. You've got to get that as soon as you draft this card. Yeah, as soon as you draft this card, you've got to be like, yo, do I have one? And it better be. I guess you really only need 1. 25 cards, you probably have one in there.
One attack is just, again, it's just one of your. It's an attack from your character's kit. Like, there's going to be commons, uncommons, rares. You're going to have plenty of chances to have multiple attacks on your character's kit. Like, unless you're unless you're drafting the wrong character.
Right. And he has the evil symbol. He has like everybody on his back. So.
Yeah, but you have to have from your character specifically. Unless
you have to have those 3.
Overhaul, in which case you can play whoever he shares all 3 symbols with. He shares all 3 symbols with somebody.
Oh, he's not in this draft, so
yeah, unless
is he XR? Okay, yeah, he is in this draft. Okay,
yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Hojo, this is like you want one of these, like a B. But so my disclaimer there is you don't have to draft it like a B. Because nobody else should really want this. So like,
yeah,
it's like a C+ level. Like, this is a card that might wheel,
yeah.
Nobody really wants this. Like, it's okay. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like a C plus in
This
Hojo.
the saving grace is the fact that you're probably in most games you're going to get to the part where both you and your opponent have 25 cards in the discard pile. Like it's not like
Draft is not as slow as you might think. Like I've had drafts end on turn 2, literally.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Actually,
It's not as bad as sealed.
I'm thinking about sealed specifically.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, even some sealed games end pretty quickly. Like you can just have good attacks and your opponent can just not have good blocks. Like games can definitely end pretty quick. They're not all like drawn out slugfests. So like I've absolutely killed people.
I'm over here trying to find silver linings for this card.
Yeah,
I can't find one. I hate this card. I'm giving it a D-.
All right.
I don't like it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm not picking it. This thing sucks.
Yeah, it's like a D minus if you're not Hojo. So
yeah,
we can move on.
All right. For the culture, Deadbolt.
Let's
5
go.
diff, 1 mid block. You know what it is. After you play this card, if your starting character is Rock Lock, discard it from your card pool because we don't need it no more. First form, choose one of the following effects. Name an asset or foundation. Commit and freeze all copies of the named card. That is all copies, period. That does not say all rival copies. And then we have commit and freeze up to 2 rival assets or foundations.
Oof.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotta put my constructed format brain to the side because we all know what this card means in constructed. For draft.
Oh my god. Rocklock's gonna. Woo.
We're probably using the bottom bullet more often than the top one, which is fine.
Oh man, random question. I don't think this works the way. Okay, if you commit and freeze a face down foundation, it doesn't share a name with other face down foundations, right?
No, it does not.
Okay, I was just checking because in Magic, when you have tokens, like a Goblin token, its name is Goblin, and they share the name with all Goblin tokens or whatever. So,
that's kind of sick.
Yeah,
that would be because there's those cards. I forget which card it is in my head, but there's a card like, choose one of your foundations, you get like +1 damage for every copy or something like that.
Oh god, yeah. That would be broken, huh?
Yeah, that's
absolutely
insane.
Some clash from set 2. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You always get a minimum of 2 foundations with this, which is nice. And sometimes you can even hit assets if you really want to hate on their takoyakis.
Yeah, the freeze is really what's nice here. I mean,
oh my god, in Rocklock, oh my god.
Now in Rock 4. That's where I was about to go. In Rocklock, when you discard this from the card pool, now you're just like, oh, this card's just free. This guy is awesome. It's like,
oh yeah, A plus in him. Outside of him, still really good, I think.
Yeah, really good. Adding that progressive though, just maybe that's one less attack you're playing this turn or something,
Yeah,
because it is a first form. You got to start the turn with it.
But even if you're choosing the second mode, you're still choosing the foundations. So you're taking their 2 best defensive foundations, or their 2 best offensive foundations. If you're scared of Quirk Restored on a Hojo, you can be like, not today, Hojo. Tomorrow.
Right.
Or the day after tomorrow because it's frozen. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. It's an action. I actually really like actions in draft. They don't feel like they're clogging up my deck as much as they do in constructed, where you really don't want to play that many unless you're very focused on them. You get like 1 action slot basically in constructed where you're like, I can play 3 or 4 of these and I pick one and that's it most of the time. In draft, like you kind of just, I mean, you don't want to still go overboard, but you can't really. So you'd have to see a lot of actions to be able to go overboard, but you can play like, 3, 4, 5 actions. Like I've done it. I actually really like this.
This isn't going to clog too much because it is that first form. Like you're playing it, it's getting out of the way.
Yeah, I'd say this is like a A- if you're not Rocklock, and then if you are, it's an A+.
Yeah, I'm definitely drafting it as an A-. In Rock Lock, yeah, A plus. It's just so good.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because you have to open it with him because nobody's ever really passing this.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless they're not on the. I guess if you don't share symbols. And actually, well, he's on all, so that's kind of bad. But yeah,
Right, yeah, because those 4, yeah.
So,
but a lot of characters are on evil and don't have Earth and Order. I don't know. You'll see. You'll see.
It's a good card. Take it, play it. Be happy.
Absolute.
All right. Oh, I got a little airy. All right, airy. They did the same thing. As everyone knows, children are items. So, 2 difficulty, 3 low block. You can block with airy. You can, just like Toad from when Princess Peach walks with Toad in Smash. You just throw her up there. Ally unique. At the start of your end phase, ready 1 non-unique asset or foundation that was not ready during this turn's combat phase. And response remove, discard 1 momentum before the damage step of your rival's attack. Reduce its damage to your current health -1. What I do like about Airy is that unlike Coda, she can't die. Coda felt really strong, but then you'd get hit and he would just die. Airy doesn't do that. They couldn't kill Airy. That's nice. And she kind of counts like a foundation because you get to ready 1 of your foundations at the end of your turn. So it's only on the end of your turn. Well, I guess that's the only relevant time it would be. So, you get to ready 1 foundation, and that's pretty good. That's actually really solid. You get to like potentially use commit costs twice. I don't know if there's that many of those that are that relevant, but
it's at the start of your end phase, so you're probably not going to use the
yeah. I mean, it would have to be like something very generic, like passing the torch, draw a card, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but most of the time you'll just use it to ready a random foundation. And then sometimes you'll almost die and then you won't.
Right. Kill me twice. Come at me again.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
think she's cool. Yeah, she's cool. She's
it's like I don't know if it's an A-. My problem is that it doesn't really act like a foundation on turns 1 and 2. Like you can build it turn 1, but it's not helping you like do anything on turn 2 until their turn. So if you don't commit anything on your turn, it's not a foundation. So you have to commit stuff to get value.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a problem if you have at least a 6 hand size.
No.
I mean, I'm between a B+ and a B. I think it is a foundation, sort of.
It's like half of a foundation.
It's just it's a requesting assistance that keeps requesting. I'm gonna go B+. I just talked myself into a B+. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a I could see B+. You only want 1 of these. I wouldn't take 2 of them.
Correct. Yeah.
Just because it's unique, so you can't ever have 2 of them out, and you don't want to block with area. That's just rude.
Yeah, and it doesn't go anywhere. Like your opponent's not destroying it with anything. Even if they deadbolt it, it's static, so it's still doing the thing. So
got him.
Your opponent's not going to interact with this very much at all. So yeah, you definitely don't need more than 1.
Yeah. All right.
Next up, we got Mimicry, the 3 diff, 2 low block mod, unique form. Once per turn, choose 1 non-unique foundation in your discard pile until the beginning of your next turn. This asset gains all abilities and keywords of the chosen foundation. Notice that we do not remove it from play like some other cards would normally, maybe other games or whatever. So you can keep doing it.
Yeah. This is okay. This is probably really good if you're Mimic, and if you're not, it probably doesn't really do enough. Because you do still have to pay costs. So if a foundation has a flip cost, you do have to flip this. And then it kind of turns into a foundation. That's kind of cool, actually.
That is a good point. I mean,
It's okay. I don't know that I would pick it that highly. If you're
Yeah.
Mimic, though, you really don't have, but you really don't want to be Mimic. So, because you get this at Ultra Rare, uh, you get Airy. You can take Airy. Then you get Takoyaki, and then there's one more that we're getting to, and that's it. And that's literally rare, ultra rare, and then his next one is also an ultra rare. So yeah, don't play Mimic unless you just literally get the nuts. And
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't bank on it, but
I'm just looking at the foundations that I would want to actually copy. Because that's really, what the strength of this card is going to be based on. Yeah, I kind of see what you mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't bank on Mimic with Mimicry coming together, but if you do it, send me pictures. I want to see.
Yes,
That's an
definitely.
achievement.
If you get enough assets to make that thing a thing, oh yes, congratulations to you, sir.
All right, this is like a C. It's like the definition
C
of a
minus.
C.
Yeah, it's like a C minus. Yeah.
Alrighty, twisty surroundings. 3 difficulty, 2 mid, terrain asset here with Breaker 2. Enhance discard 1 momentum. Change the zone of this attack to any other zone playable while committed, playable by either player. And response commit. After your rival makes a check to play an attack, it gets -2. Failing this check will not end the combat phase. This is a weird one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a little trippy, but it's twisty surroundings. It's supposed to be a little bit. The response is strong.
Mm-hmm.
Given that -2 at any given point, kind of a targeted challenge in the fakes, if you will.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which has really been nice in the format.
The
playable
discard,
by either. Go ahead.
I'm worried about that discard. It almost feels like more of a. It's like almost not a benefit. It's like because they can activate it. It depends on who's better at getting momentum.
Exactly. Like it's kind of it's like a defensive player's bluff. I think the best place to use it is as a bluff. Like you're saying, okay, I'm going to make this thing a high when you don't have a high block, and then your opponent like says, "Oh, I'll make it a low," and you have a 1 low, and it's like that would be so ridiculous.
Yeah, that's funny. That's something I wouldn't have really thought about until I sat there with it in like.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like, yeah, it's weird because playable by either player. Wait a minute, hold on, whoa. It's an enhance. So it can only be used once per enhanced step.
Yes.
So my opponent can't use it after I use it.
Wait.
I need to judge much higher up on the food chain than me.
What the hell? I have no idea how that works.
Okay. I might not get it by the time we finish talking about this card, but I am pulling up the rules document right now just to read enhance and how often you can use it. I think it says you can only use an enhance once per enhanced step, period.
You can.
We'll see if it says you. I don't know. Either player. Wow, there's an either player section. This is wild.
Yeah.
An enhance ability is oh no. Each enhance ability can only be played once per enhanced step, period.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so it's whoever uses it first. It's like the gold rush. Like
that actually kind of makes this better, honestly.
Yeah.
It turns it from a who blinks first into a like who shoots first.
Right.
I like that. Like, yeah, I like that.
Looking at your other enhance, is it more important than this? So it kind of favors the defensive player, I think.
No, it favors the offensive player because they always get first crack at it.
Yeah, they get first crack at it, but like, unless you have information about your opponent's blocks,
well, you always
are you burning your momentum to guess?
You probably just always make it low or whatever.
Right, but how many momentum do you spend to
All
do
of
that?
them.
Is the
I
question.
don't know. Depends. It depends.
Send them all.
Yeah. I don't really like this that much because you give your opponent a momentum outlet, and they might not have otherwise had one. So, yeah, I don't really like this that much, honestly. I give it like like the response is powerful. It's a breaker 2 mid block. That's kind of nice. So it's okay. It's like a C plus. It's dangerous though. Like all terrains, your opponent gets first crack at using it. Kind of. I guess you do get the response this time, but yeah,
right. I think
but they get the first offensive turn.
Right. I think it favors the defensive player, as twisty surroundings in the show like slowed everybody down in the hallway. I think it just slows the game down. I think that like offensively you can choose the zone, but there's no, your opponent is the one who has the information that's really based on is like, do I have the block?
Yeah.
So if you want to slow games down, use twisty surroundings. If your deck is, I don't know, just wants to slow stuff down, I guess.
Yeah.
This one's mine, I believe.
Yep.
Quote unquote borrowed goods. 4 div, 3 mid for 4, 2 mid block, ranged weapon, combo face down, combo enhance. Your rival discards 1 card. Very nice. Enhance. Your rival discards 1 momentum. If they did, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So this is one of those cards, like I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, okay, this is only good in Larceny. And then you get to that bottom enhance and you're like, oh, this just has capture evildoers for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, that combo. I mean, you can do it in Larceny, but it's actually not just good in Larceny because you can do it with Echo. So, I mean, that's not
Echo, yeah.
not super consistent, but you do have some options.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right though. In Larceny, this is that his name? Yeah, he has an actual name.
Nah, yeah, it's
whatever his name is. I don't even care. Yeah. This is still just kind of okay because it's a 3 mid for 4. So that's bad stats. At an ultra rare. This feels bad as an ultra rare, but I mean no, but it does a lot. Like discarding a card and stealing their momentum. Like it does a lot of things. If you have good momentum outlets, if you have good powerful and EX abilities, or like the fat gum attack that draws 2 cards, builds 2 cards, like if you have something to do with the momentum, this gets a lot better. If you don't have anything to do with the momentum and you're not playing Larceny, this card is bad.
Okay, how much better
does
this card get if Twisty Surroundings is face up on the field?
Not any amount of better.
You stole one of their twisties. I don't know. I'm
yeah, I guess that's true.
It comes out to be a 3 mid for 4 still. You discarding a card from your opponent's hand is great to take a block out of their hand, but at the same time, like the blocks only matter if the block is no longer blocking something.
Yeah.
So and this is not the thing that they're afraid of. So
yeah. My problem is that this is a build around like C plus. Like even at its peak, it's just okay.
Yes, I agree. Honestly though, if it's like not built around like I can't say D plus. I'm gonna say C minus.
Like a D. Yeah, I think D plus. I'm not happy about 3 mid for 4 discarding momentum that they might not even care about.
I find it hard to give that bottom enhance a D plus, but yeah, I totally feel you.
All right. Next up, we've got Bubble Restraint. Bubble Girl, who doesn't have a character, so this is not going to be ideal. 6 difficulty.
She got some underboob.
Yeah, she sure.
Who said that?
And some unzipped pants. Oh my! I saw.
What is up with that? By the way,
somebody posted like fan art of Bubble Girl in the My Hero Discord, and I was like, oh, keep your smut out of this Discord. What is that doing here? And then I was like, oh, that's just her art. That's just what she looks like. I was like, oh boy.
Oh yeah, she is fan drawn.
I did not know. Anyway, 6 difficulty, 3 mid block, 3 low for 6. It's a throw. That's good. Enhance, if your rival tries to block this attack with a foundation card, that blocks modifier gets +3. And then response after this attack deals damage, your rival's block modifiers get +1 for the rest of the turn. That's pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, that's just +1 speed basically on all your moves. And it's almost guaranteed because it's a throw.
Yeah.
So
nothing to hate here. Just a clean A.
Yeah.
Not much to talk about.
Clean A attack, A+ art.
Yes, A+ art. I got a couple of Wii Cross players at the shop that would love this. Anyway, if you know, you know. If you don't, we're not explaining it. The next card we have is Duplicate Deception Stab. It is a 4 low for 7, 6 diff, 2 mid block. Throw weapon. We have Enhance. If this is your first attack this turn, remove 1 random card from your rival's hand. Add this attack. After this attack resolves, add that card to their hand. First Enhance. It's cards in your hand. Remove it. Unflip 1 momentum. So definitely, bottom of hands is definitely for the Toga 2 peeps.
Yep.
Got the throw. Got the 7 diff. 7 damage. Feels nice most time you're. Yeah, it's like feels good most time you're throwing it down. Yeah. And you're removing a card from your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Removing a potential block. I mean, now, were they blocking this? I'll leave that to you to surmise. But hey, 7 damage throw in draft is always going to be good.
Yep. It's like a A-, maybe an A.
I would love
damage.
I would love to see the 5 diff to give it an A. I'm on the fence between A-, and I can't say B+ for 7 damage throw. I'm gonna go A-.
Yeah, it's like an A. I think A-. I like what Bubble Restraint is doing more than this. This feels like it doesn't really do anything outside of just being a throw, but it does do it bigger numbers.
Exactly.
So, all right, A-.
Yeah, Duplicate Deception Stab is gonna deal for 4 a lot more than Bubble Restraint is gonna deal for 3.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Inverted Knife Throw. Oh man, trippy art here. I
love this card.
I know it's gonna. Oh my god, XR. Oof. All right.
Shoot, even the rare. Actually.
Yeah. All right. So 4 difficulty, 4 high for 7 with a 2 low block. It's got Sakaki stun 1, so specific to him, stun 1. Response, commit 1 foundation. After you check this card, add it to your momentum face up. That's pretty good. That's a nice little bonus for whiffing on a check. And then form momentum, discard 1 card, play this attack as your next form. Oh, wow. Okay. And then if your rival has more momentum than you, this attack gets +2 damage, which if you're playing Sakaki, they probably will.
Yeah, they will. All right. Let me tell you.
I mean, this is playable even outside of Sakaki, just as a way to play more cards from places other than your hand. And it's got evil for that, so that's good.
Chucking stuff from the momentum.
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to use it from the momentum, you can, use its own form so it's just a straight up turns the foundation into an attack.
Yeah, this is like
just good.
B+. I don't think it's an A level. Because it's not.
Because it's a 4 high for 4.
Yeah, it's got
Wendy special.
Yeah. Like if you're Sakaki, it gets better. It gets stun and it gets +2 damage probably because you're giving them momentum. But it still isn't doing anything crazy special. Like
right.
I don't think
it's just a stun one. Really. Yeah, it's more consistency. It just gives you just strains you out a little bit more often. I'm with you on the B+. I think that's where it should live.
You got to pronounce this next one.
This is one of my favorites. Meteor for Frotskis. I actually looked up for Frotskis. It is a real word. They did not make that shit up.
What?
It is when things fall from the sky that have frogs in them.
Oh, wow.
When frogs falling from the sky are called for Frotskis.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why you come to the channel.
You know.
So we have a Taco Bell special. We got the 5 div, 5 for 5, one low block mod, charged and ranged. Enhanced. This attack gets +1 damage for each of your face down foundations with the 2 check. Are we running this outside of Froppy 1?
Yes.
That's up for you to decide.
There's lots of flips, there's a lot of flip foundations. This is like gonna be +3 or 4 damage sometimes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, that was actually a joke I had about constructed format.
Yeah.
Yeah, this inside a draft, I really like this. It comes in for a lot of damage, and the speed means that my opponent is committing foundations to block it no matter what.
Here's the question though. If you don't have a ton, because you're always gonna have some ability for face downs. If you don't have a ton of them, are you playing this as a 5 high for 5 2 check? Are you risking the 2 check for a limited upside if you don't have enough ways to enable this?
I don't have a lot of foundations that flip themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the first thing you're looking at is, what's your block ratios? Do you need a one low block? Probably not. There's a good number of lows.
There's so many low blocks and not that many low attacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. There aren't that many low attacks. Now that I think about it, red a handful. But yeah, usually they're in the mid. But if you think that you have a lot of cards, because there's a lot of cards that say, oh, your next attack's getting plus speed, plus helps the block mod. I'm not the block mod. Plus helps the check, yada yada yada. But you don't have enough outlets for that damage, then I'm absolutely jamming this card in there. 5 high 5. Hey, it's not great. It's not ultra rare great. We're not in the A range here. We might not even really B plus range either. But if you don't have enough things that do a lot of damage,
yeah,
I can see it making its way in.
I mean, I think this is kind of A range for if you can enable it. It's like it's not that hard to enable.
We're saying if we don't have face down foundations, If the potential of this is a 5 high for 7 because we have 2 cards in our deck that flip themselves, that feels bad. Yeah. But usually, like in sealed, I talk mostly about sealed because it's what I've played. You could have like 6 face downs turn 4. Yeah. And this thing is coming for 11. Yeah. And it's going to be a problem immediately. Like, that's really where you want to play this thing.
Yeah. I think this card's really good. I think it's not going to be too hard to enable. I'm going to give it an A.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually, like, you're going to have enough cards to flip. Yeah. Give this thing an A.
This is big numbers.
Yeah. But if you don't have anything flipping face down, don't be mad when this thing is like turn 5 and it's coming for 5 high for 6. And you're like, what is this card? Like, just be aware.
Next up, we've got Storm of Blades. It is a 4 difficulty, 1 mid block, 3 mid for 3. After this attack resolves, discard the top 5 cards of your deck. As your next form, you may play 1 attack with a printed damage of 3 or less discarded this way. No check necessary. That's crazy, but it is 1 check on this. Don't like 1 checks. Don't like building around 3 or less damage. F.
I mean, in draft format, this cannot be played. I don't even know
any format.
Well, hey, if you're at the store and you got your what's her name again, Uwabami deck, and you feeling yourself, you want to throw in the 1 check, have fun, but just know that's all you're having. You're not having any dubs tonight, okay? You're having fun. That's what you ordered. That's what you're being served.
Some nice F for fun.
Yes, F for fun. Maybe double F because hopefully you have plenty of it. 1 second. I just want to check and see if there are any other 3 damage moves in this set.
There was another one uncommon or something.
There's a small handful. There's one out of one's Lemillion in the starter. Rewind Throttle is one. What symbols are we on? We're on Air, Chaos, and Void. Okay, so the same character has another one, Piercing Barrage. Um, oh my god, Mr. Brave, but that doesn't share a symbol, thank God. We have the Amajiki attack, tentacle grasp,
Yeah,
the one that gives -1 speed. Okay, so there's some stuff. And rewind throttle's also
there's
on
some
board,
stuff,
so.
and I still don't want to play it.
Yeah, definitely not. Next up, we have Vindicating Smash, 5 diff, 2 high block, 4 mid for 7.
Oof.
Here we go. Fury and Punch. Enhance this if this attack's damage is 15 or greater, draw 2 cards and your rival discards 1. Deadlock Enhance, your rival discards 1 card.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So in Midoriya, obvious A plus. Like holy shit.
I don't even know if it's
discard
A plus though. In Midoriya, it's like
discard one out of your opponent's hand.
Yeah, I mean you still got to do some stuff. You have to do it twice, so you have to get a momentum. So yeah, I mean that's still probably
Yeah, you have to get a momentum. Yeah, but like,
yeah,
it's so that's just like you're setting up a kill turn as soon as you play this if you get the top enhance off.
Yeah, it's like a Midoriya A minus.
Okay. Oh, outside of Midoriya, what you got? Because this drops precipitously.
Yeah. So it's just a 4 mid for 7. It's mid as hell. Super blockable. Yeah. It is 7 damage. Yes. That is a lot of damage. Damage is hard to find in draft. Sometimes I don't know. It's like a C minus. It's not unplayable, but like I'm still gonna take it.
I am lower on this because it is a 5 diff, and I want to get usage out of my 5 diffs. And if it's not Midoriya, then why am I playing this card? It's difficult to play if it's not my first of the turn.
Yeah.
This is in the D range. This is not fun.
I think that like it's some amount of that enhance. If we just pretend it's not there, and it's an ultra rare, like if it was just a common that just said 5 difficulty, 4 mid for 7, is that really like that bad? Like that's better than a lot of the 4 mid for 4s that we see at common. So it's like,
but they're 4 diff though. But those are usually 4 diffs if it's a 4 for 4. Like if it's a 4 for 7, then you expect it to be 5 diff. That's fine.
It's like a C minus. I don't know. It's still got numbers on it.
So the 7 just doesn't play for me because it's so blockable. It's like, what are we even?
Definitely mid as
because it's exactly what you said. There is no text if you're outside of Midoriya. So what are we really looking at? It's like, I don't know. You're probably going to see a better option in the pack.
Well, what do you think? It's a D plus?
Yeah, I mean it's not close to an F or anything, but yeah, I'll go with a D plus.
Okay, C minus D plus for Vindicating Smash.
Yeah. I forget who just read that.
I don't know. Broken Psyche is a 2 difficulty, 3 low block. It's got response remove. After you take damage from an unblocked attack, add 1 card with a check value of 6 from your discard pile to your hand, playable while committed. And then enhance flip, discard 1 momentum, change this attack's damage to 2. Well, that part's pretty strong. That's really cool.
The enhance is nice.
That's actually really good. I like that. That's like a B plus.
Checking to see how many 6 checks there are that are not characters in the sets. There are really 1. It's just Takoyaki.
Yeah, you got to remove to do it. That's not worth it.
Yeah, just
That's just to do. Yeah, that's just to do twice things.
If you did want to, if you did want to like put a buddy block in, and say, hey, if in a break glass in case of emergency situation, I can get a buddy block back from the discard pile in draft, and this that might be something that allows you to do that. But yeah, being able to put something back down to 2 damage is the reason you're playing this card.
Yeah, and that's not bad. I think that's like a B minus.
Yeah.
So they still get momentum. They still deal a little bit of chip damage, and you have to pay a momentum.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what else am I playing against? What am I like? What are the big damage? Like, there's a lot of big damage attacks, especially if like you're playing against Midoriya 4 or something like that. This is gonna come in really handy.
Yeah,
Um,
once.
maybe even. Oh yes, once. Okay, yeah, I agree. B minus. I was trying to go higher. You brought me back down. Um, next up we have pass through the walls. 2 diff 6 check. 3 high block. Response flip after your rival plays a breaker ability, cancel it, and response after your rival plays an ability on an asset, cancel it. So a couple of corner cases that it's taking care of. This is why we talked about side deck earlier, right? It's just this is what that's for.
Honestly, I would just play this.
Yeah, you trying to stop those breakers?
I'm just playing a 6 check 2 diff. You know,
Okay, yeah.
there's like, I mean,
No.
the asset part is really like, even, oh man, even coming from the sideboard, if they're playing a lot of assets, it's like where you do stop the card draw off Takoyaki. That's pretty funny.
Mm.
So I guess, yeah, if you draft one, bring it in, but I would still probably just play it as a 6 diff that sometimes stops you from the uncommon breaker 2 guy. You know, the action.
Oh yeah. Or
Yeah.
wasn't there something else that gives? Well, yeah,
There
there's a
was
few
two, yeah, there's
breakers.
2 breaker 1s at common and uncommon, and then there's the uncommon action to give breaker 2. So you're gonna see like some amount of breaker, and then it's just a 6 check with a pretty bad block.
Right. 8
It's
breakers
okay.
in the sets.
Yeah, it's like a C minus, maybe a D
Since
plus.
there, since there's 8 breakers in the set, now building it actually matters. I didn't realize there were that many. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think the uncommon
Yeah.
breaker 2 one
Well,
is the biggest. Like, that's a showstopper. That's gonna end your turn.
2 of them are actually secret rare, so I'm going to downgrade that a little bit to 6, but still, that's a good
Yeah,
number. Um,
yeah. I mean, it's still not great. It's like a C minus.
yeah. Yeah. I'm very comfortable C minus. I like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Stopping for breakfast. Uh, 3 difficulty, 3 low.
Oh, yes, you.
Oh yeah,
Do it every morning.
yeah. Unique. Response remove after your rival plays an ability on an action card. Cancel it. Um, that's sideboard. I mean, I probably wouldn't
Yeah.
start this. Bad block. You don't really want 3s for no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
But even still, this is still like a sideboard C. Not even a C plus. It's like it's good at
Yeah.
stopping actions, but there's not that many actions to stop, and there's not that much. You don't want to blow up a foundation to do it, but
Yeah, like if the difficulty came down, then maybe you could think about like, okay, I'm afraid of, I don't know. I heaven forbid. Maybe you know that all the actions secret rares came out of the
yeah,
boxes and you want to plan for it. But yeah, usually this, even at a 1, it would be questionable. At a 3, there's just no way. So yeah, definitely sideboard
yeah,
action.
sideboard C though, right? Like sideboard.
Yeah, even that might be a little high. Well, no, yeah, certain actions are really important. Yeah, C's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Um, last of the rares and ultra rares, we have Trusted Assistance. Beautiful card.
Yeah, that's great.
Got the 1 diff 2 low block mod with the 4 check. Enhance, flip this card face down. If this attack was played from anywhere other than the hand, commit 1 rival foundation you choose. And then we have Deadlock Form, commit 1 rival asset or foundation.
How are you playing
Okay.
that?
you you beat me to it. I guess you're just
Confessor?
like,
Is that
you're like, well,
Confessor?
yes. Yes. I think that's him.
No, that's got to be
No,
the
no.
Chronostasis.
That's the guy with the white hood. That's
Yeah,
Chronostasis, right?
that's Chrono. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the arrows there. Yeah, you can see the arrows in his hair. That's Chrono. He can't even do that though.
Yes.
It's not a
Yes.
tech. Why is this not a tech?
You're asking the wrong questions.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Four check.
Confessor guy is the only one that can do it, right? Because he can put it
Well,
face down.
I think even though he is on the card, since this is card number 122, this is no longer a part of his kit exclusively.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying like he's the only one that can actually play
Right.
it from anywhere other than his hand because he puts it
Oh,
into
no,
the
no, no.
card pool and then flips
Oh,
it.
it means if the attack was played from anywhere other than the hand.
Oh, I read this
This
wrong.
attack.
Oh, I read this super
Yeah.
wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
whoops. Okay.
So somebody's got to be
Ooh.
on one of those few characters that are playing things from other places, or
Yeah, there's
Echo
lots
Attack, of course, or something.
there's lots of ways. There's
Um,
lots of ways. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. All right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there should be some opportunities to play it.
This is just flip commit one. That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
That's playable. Jump through a small hoop for flip commit one. We've seen that a couple times, and that's never bad. It always has a 2 low block too. So, okay.
Yeah, a little jolt on a foundation.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I like it.
I
I like it at it's like a 1 diff. It's fine.
I'm stuck on the 4. I'm stuck on the 4.
Don't check it. Build it.
Yes, well, that would be if my luck was that good. However, you have been you've witnessed firsthand what happens when I play this game.
Yeah,
it's
a B-.
This feels like a C+ to me. Yeah, it's cool.
No, we're pretty close.
It feels good when you play it, and those are cool. But I'm always hesitant with the feels good when you play cards because those are the ones that bite me in the head.
Yeah.
All
right.
So what do you want to do with the secrets?
So that's it for the rares and ultra rares. Secret rares, we'll just go over them real quick. There's 2 of these are going to show up average in every draft because there's 1 per box. And if you're drafting with 8 people, that's 2 boxes for a full draft. I mean, so you're going to see these a decent amount of time. They're probably not going to get passed, so you basically have to open them, but that's still a quarter of your drafts are going to have them in there. So a spear and a shield is a 2 difficulty action with a 1 mid block, breaker 1, static. If this card is added to your momentum, add it face up. Response, lose 2 health after you block with this card. Your rival commits 1 foundation. You may add this card to your momentum during the end phase. And first enhance momentum, remove. This attack gets +1 damage for each foundation that has left either stage this turn, maximum 4. This card's very good. This card's insane.
Yeah.
I would play it all the time.
It's so good because you play every single piece of the text.
Yeah.
And so few cards do that. Like it has a wild gameplay loop there. It's so nice.
One mid breaker 1 block is really great block because there's so many mid attacks, so many mids.
Yeah.
And
and they give it the breaker 1 and
and it's gonna go to your momentum.
And then you stun 1, so it's kind of like a breaker 2, but you guarantee the commit on one of them. And
you can play this on the same symbols as the Tengai action. So you can give this breaker 2, give their attack 0 speed, block the absolute hell out of them, commit 1 of their foundations, and breaker 3 them, and just absolutely ruin their turn. They're just done. That's it. Turn over. Yeah, that's a combo right there for sure. This is great. I love it. It's only bad on turn 1 when you're trying to build. And also when you're trying to attack, I guess, if you haven't put it in your momentum. So, like, just solid A.
Right. Well, you got to hold a block at some point. So, I think solid A, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're drafted it as an A++ because you're not letting this go.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what it is. Next up, we have Manifest, the card that everyone is gushing over. We have the 3 diff, 1 high blocked, 4 check, enhance, add 1 other card from your card pool to your momentum, face up, and draw 1 card. Response, after you block with this card, gain 2 health. When I say everyone, I mean everyone in my store, just as a disclaimer. Awesome card.
Yeah.
Step down from a spear and shield to me, but still pretty strong.
I do have to be a little bit of a stickler. I think you pronounced the name wrong. It's actually Clam Hands.
Yes, of course.
Clam Hands is great. It's just gonna give you some free momentum and a little bit of cycling, and then the block is great. It's just a block that gains you some health. It's good in Nejire, potentially, I guess. I mean, I guess it's just like a foundation because she can block with foundations to gain 2. I don't know. I mean, you're just gonna play it.
It's like, you know, it's good if you have like Amajiki and they block something that you want to throw in the momentum.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're like, oh no, it just goes anyway, and I'm gonna use it like right now. Like
that's
really cool. Things like that. You know, draw the card. You know, card draw is always nice on the attack turn.
Yeah, if you can use the momentum and I mean, just that's it. If you can use the momentum, it's like a B+.
Yeah, if you're half blocking something that's 5 damage or lower, then it's a full block.
Yeah.
So it's strong. You know, you're definitely gonna draw it at the top because you know the value and everything.
Yeah.
But as far as actual value it's gonna add to your deck, it's in the I give it a B. Yeah, it's B range.
All right. Chronostasis Trigger. 4 difficulty, 2 mid block, 3 mid for 4. Breaker 2, ranged tech, that's relevant for Chrono. Enhance, freeze 1 rival foundation. If this attack was played from a zone other than your hand, commit 1 rival foundation. And then Evil Enhance, change the zone of this attack. If this attack deals damage, seal your rival's character.
Most of the time that's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I mean it matters on some, like it matters against Nejire, it matters against Tengai, right? He's got to be defensive. I don't even remember what he does enough to know if it matters, but he's defensive, right? He's shield guy.
If I think the action block, the barrier, that is a mid block, correct?
No, it's a too high.
It's too high.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. This is better now because if this attack was the same zone as the barrier, then they could always block this. But I guess not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is really good in Chrono. If you're for some reason playing Chrono, and then it's good. Which of the who else can play it from outside of the zone?
We have
Hojo cannot. Never mind. Oh wait,
the Eater. Wait.
Oh, Hojo
Gluttony
can.
Guy?
This is really good in Hojo because he can play it from He can play it from discard. And you just get to commit 1 rival foundation. That's pretty good. The commit and the freeze are separate, so you freeze 1 rival foundation no matter what, and then if it was played from a zone, you commit 1. So you can pick the same one. But if you didn't play it from outside of your hand, you just get the 1.
You can play it on Shin Namoto, the confession guy.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And
Chrono, because Chrono can freeze it. So yeah, there's a couple characters that can make the most use out of it, and then any evil character is probably just going to do this because you can change the zone, and it's a breaker 2 mid block. So
right.
I think
it's Toya, the gluttony guy. Yeah,
this is like a B+.
Yeah.
It doesn't have good stats.
Yeah, that's the thing.
3.
That's the thing. So we're really playing this to jolt 1 and seal another. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, seal the character rather.
Yeah. I mean that is pretty good though, right? Commit, freeze, 1 foundation,
with the
3,
break,
and then 3 low for 4.
Yeah, with the breaker 2, I'm down.
B+.
Giving it a B- though.
Oh, okay. You're not down then. I was B+.
Oh, hey, we're gonna keep moving. Phantom Threats. 5 Phantom. I'm sorry, why did I read the name twice? 2 high block, 4 mid for 5. Powerful 3 with punch and slam. Enhance. If the zone of this attack has been changed, add it to your momentum after it resolves. You cannot add other cards to your momentum for the rest of the combat phase. Response after this attack receives a damage bonus. It gets +1 speed. If you have played this ability 5 times, draw 1 card, and this attack gains flash.
Yeah. Well, that's never happened.
Interesting. Yeah, how is that supposed to happen? Okay.
Well, Amajiki could do it potentially if he had
Uh
enough
huh.
of his ultra rare or his
I
rare or
guess you would
something to
need
give the damage.
you would need this realistically. You would need the starter deck. Like, there's no way
Yeah, it'd be really
you're
hard.
getting there. Yeah.
Um,
Um.
yeah, but I mean, even just getting +1 speed because you get it from the powerful, and then if you can give it just like one more damage from something, like if you have a foundation that can give it a damage, then you've got given it damage twice, and then it's a 6 mid for whatever. Like
Right.
that's getting pretty strong. If you have a way to change the zone, which there are technically some ways, like you could do twisty hallways. That's bonus, I guess. It's okay. This is probably another B plus. Kind of funny that all these secret rares seem just kind of okay. They're all very build aroundy, but without the tools to really support
Yes.
them.
That's what it is.
Draft.
It's just very build around. I guess you use
Yeah.
Vast Hybrid with this.
Yeah. I mean, it makes
Um,
sense.
Supportive friend.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's a couple
yeah.
ways. But like
Okay.
even if you just give it a couple damage, you don't have to get all the way up to 5. Even just giving it 3 speed or 2 speed is a lot.
Yeah, especially just making it like making blocking a decision for your opponent is
Yeah.
what you do when you get it to 6 speed.
Maybe this is an A minus. If you can enable this just a little bit, it's an A minus, almost an A. But otherwise,
Yeah.
it's like a B plus.
The powerful 3 is what catapults it into. Okay, I'm playing this card.
Yeah.
I think we sit it on the B plus, but if you have a lot of damage bonus cards, I think this game could go up to an A minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. I still like the card. It's really cool. All right. Repeated 100% smash. 5 difficulty, 2 low block, 4 high for 6, EX3, powerful 3, enhance, ready 1 foundation that has not been ready this combat phase for each punch in your card pool. Wow. Enhance, if this attack's damage is 10 or more, checks cannot be modified for the rest of the turn. I guess that's breaker protection. And then if you're Rappa, you can prevent yourself from making bad plays.
That was a real gasp. Okay.
I mean, that's just really strong.
Right. Yeah. EX3, powerful 3.
Yeah.
Shoot, the longer the game goes on, the stronger this card gets.
This is
what's not to like.
This is basically what if President Mike's card was actually playable.
Yeah.
Because
I played that card once.
Yeah.
And I learned how unplayable it was.
Yeah, not ideal.
Even
with just a couple punches, this is insane.
Yeah.
And then
you don't feel bad playing this as like third card in the stream because it's really you playing it on a 4.
Yeah.
It gets fast really quickly. So
yeah, as long as a 3 check doesn't, as long as you could pass it on a 3 check, you can play it and just guarantee that you're not committing anything.
Exactly.
And then EX3 powerful 3 is just great. Like that's just any combination of speed and damage you want. Like this is getting through and it's gonna deal the damage you need. So best momentum outlet in the game in draft for sure. This is an A plus.
Yeah,
this is
100% A plus, 100%. This is the first card out the pack, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's even this card makes your opponent's twisty surroundings better because you're not using your momentum for twisty.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Oh, is this? This is
me
or
the
you?
Last one. The other one's a pack filler or buy a box promo.
Okay. We have the 5-diff Tetra Terror Onslaught. Now that's a name. Yep. 4 high for 4, 2 low block mod, Echo Fury. When you try to block this attack from anywhere other than your hand, it gets -1 difficulty and +2. I'm sorry. I had to read that wrong.
Yeah.
No, yeah. When you try to block this attack.
Play this
I
attack.
thought it said when you try to block with this attack. Oh, play this attack. There we go. We try to play this attack from anywhere other than your hand. Reading. It gets -1 difficulty and +2 speed. Enhance. Lose 3 health if this attack deals damage. Add 1 card with a printed difficulty of 4 or less from your discard pile to your hand.
Another bomb.
Yeah. Holy smokes.
A+, dude.
-1 diff. Comes down. It gets faster.
Yeah.
After
I mean, the first one is almost always going to be a 5. Like, if you can play it from somewhere else, sure.
Yeah. If you have the truth telling guy,
yeah,
you know, this card is incredible.
Well, the best I think user of this is the life gain guy, because he could play it from discard, because or however he plays it, where he like mills X or whatever, finds this, plays it from outside, and then gives it the +2 speed, -1 difficulty, and then you're just getting more cards back. You're doing, so you're starting your turn with 2 of these, and then you get 2 attacks. Like, you're guaranteed to just have like a massive turn. So you don't even care that you just lost 6 health, and also you don't care because you're just gonna gain it back or whatever, because you're life gain guy.
Right, like every time you play an enhance, it's I lose 2, I gain 3.
Yeah.
So you're always coming up.
Yeah. So he plays it really well, and then there's a couple of evil characters that could do it, like you said, Confessor.
A couple of the
Hojo
the 3 you fought.
Right. Wait, is Hojo on Earth? No, he's water.
They're all evil, right? Oh,
because he needs
Hojo. He's on evil though.
He needs 2 symbols.
To do it. Oh yeah. He's on all in water. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have Larceny. Toya Setsuna.
Yeah. If your opponent has this, you can Larceny it.
Yeah. Which is always cool. Playing this against, oh my goodness! As soon as someone else pulls Terror Onslaught, I'm running Larceny.
Swap it over.
Yeah.
This card's a bomb.
I played this anywhere.
A+.
Yeah.
Another A+.
Yeah. Definite A+. Are you taking this or repeated 100%? Well, they're not going to be in the same pack.
That would be impossible. Yeah.
If they were in the same pack, if somebody messed up at Jasco and put these in the same pack, which one do you take?
Probably repeated. Just based on the that's just gonna kill someone straight up. I don't have to play other attacks that I just drew to kill them. Like Tetra Terror is gonna draw you the attacks to kill them. Repeated is just gonna kill them.
Exactly. Repeat is the attack you want to draw.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, this is still an A+. Don't get me wrong, and you will never have to make that decision in a draft. So I wouldn't put too much stock in that. But A+. I love it.
Right, exactly.
And that'll bring us to the end. That is it. We have officially covered every single card in Undaunted Raid from the perspective of draft players. This set looks great. I'm so excited. Time of recording, pre-release is, I don't know, 4 days out, whatever for me. It's on Sunday, so more than 4
Saturday.
Days.
Saturday for me, about to be 2 days in a few minutes.
Yeah. Nice.
No, I'm sorry, Saturday. So 3 days in a few minutes. Yeah, there we go.
So
here's the big question: is where are you playing and when is your draft?
I am playing. Oh, for draft?
Yeah.
Or so
or both. Yeah, throw it all out there.
Yeah. So we're playing sealed pre-release the Sunday of the pre-release at Tower of Games, Virginia Beach. And then we will be having a draft provisional as our first provisional. So and that's gonna be in July. It's not like 100% confirmed, but those are the days we picked or whatever. So Tower of Games, Virginia Beach, we're gonna have draft provisionals. We will also be hosting some number of our locals as drafts. In addition to our constructed tournaments. So I'm hoping to get some good practice in with that. Are you guys doing some drafts up at your shop?
So we're working out the details, but the dates are set. Come this Saturday, we're gonna have the pre-release. We're gonna have a demo day starting at noon, for any new players who want to play in the DC area. We're playing over at Gaming Giant in Fairfax, Virginia. We're gonna teach new players, come out, you get a free mat, you get a free demo deck, the paper mat, not the still you get a mat. You get a free demo deck, and then at 2:00 the same day we will have the pre-release, so you can kind of see set 5, maybe get involved. So that'll be on June 24th, Saturday. The next Thursday we're gonna draft set 5, and I think we're giving away extra credit packs as well with it.
Oh man.
So Thursday, June 29th, we're gonna have a draft with set 5.
Thursday, June 29th. I don't know
some
if
people
I'm working or not, but honestly, if I'm not working, I might actually drive up there for that.
Okay.
That might
because
be...
we're definitely gonna try to do more drafts. I'm gonna see how the first one goes.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be like a Saturday thing. Like a lot of Saturdays we do sealed. Maybe draft will be a little bit more add some juice to it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely, it's a little bit of a harder pool to jump in, but I think once players do, they're gonna love it. It's so much fun.
Exactly.
It's super fun.
Exactly.
I'm really excited.
We had some players from Richmond said they were gonna come up, at least 3 of them, for the Thursday draft. So
very nice. Very nice.
So we're
yeah. If I'm all for it, I'm in. If I'm all for it, so I'll keep you posted on that. And then I don't know, hopefully once we've gotten a few events under our belt, maybe we can do like first impressions, like overview, how does the set feel for draft, or something like that.
Share some war stories and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. So great talking to you.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to share?
No, everybody go to MyHeroMeta.com. I need the money. I mean the views. I need the views. And I cannot wait to see not just how the draft format unfolds, but how the set 5 is going to affect the general format. Because I'm hearing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thanks for talking to me with about draft, because I'm really excited. So I'll catch you next time, man.
See ya.
Adios.